Hey there guys, we're taking a look at Code Vein running on the i5-1135G7. Now this is currently running at 1080p with the lowest possible settings, and the performance overall isn't too bad. It reminds me of playing a lot of games on like the PlayStation Vita. There was a lot of, JRPG style games that were out on that system, and a lot of them kind of just ran at this level of performance or even worse than this. And so it had almost a weirdly nostalgic feeling playing like this. It's adequate enough, though I wish the 1% lows were higher than this. If they were even into the mid 20s, I would be much happier. But I feel like 1080p might just be really pushing it here, and there wasn't really much I can do to fix this. Really, my biggest issue is the fact that those 1% lows being that inconsistent can make timing parries and things like that annoying enough that I think you are going to have a better gaming experience if you just go down to 720p instead of trying to tough it out at 1080p. You can do that if you really want to, but overall, for the type of game that this is, I think you're just better off doing it at 720p. Now, 720p doesn't completely alleviate all of our 1% low issues. It just bumps it up enough and keeps things consistent enough that I think you can just get away with playing like this. It just looks smoother, it feels smoother. For the style of game that this is, it's perfectly fine, especially because I feel like the art style itself lends itself to these lower resolutions. It really just doesn't look that much worse than just playing at 1080p. At least on the 14-inch 1080p screen that this laptop has, this was not a bad experience. Though I admit at 720p, I wish that the 1% lows were better than just 21. I was hoping to see more in the 30 range. That would have made me completely happy. Really, the biggest issue that I have that is, I think, the biggest reason to maybe just skip this game on this system is this. At both 1080p and 720p, cutscenes would exhibit this weird flickering that was inconsistent but frequent enough that I think it really ruined a lot of scenes. It was just happening so much in certain cutscenes that it put me off from wanting to play the game. If you're completely in it just for the gameplay, you couldn't give a crap about the story, then you can ignore this. This isn't really a downside because it only happens in cutscenes. But if you're playing this for the story at all, this is going to put you off because it is going to be very distracting in a lot of cutscenes. And it's very unfortunate to see. I've tried messing with all of the settings, turning certain things on and off, and nothing really seemed to resolve it. It just kept happening. So I'm going to assume it's an Intel driver thing, but I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to test this game out on other systems to figure that out. But anyways, I hope you found this video useful. If you did, be sure to subscribe, and of course, check out the affiliate links down below to help support the channel. I really appreciate that, guys. It makes it so much easier for me to get games to actually test on here, and I really appreciate that. So I will see you guys next time.